Once again, I am back at Las Vegas Metro Police Department, and we are going to serve Mr. Wallace's lawsuit. This is the summons, so I got right there. This is for Mr. Floyd Wallace today. I want to serve a summons to the Las Vegas Metro Police Department for 3 different police officers. This one right here, which I think, I can't remember if this is the same Torres. This one's Kristen Torres, and then this one's Corey McCormick, and then this one is for Jason Shoemaker. So those are the 3 coppers. 3 coppers, it's Jason Shoemaker, Corey McCormick, and the 3rd one's Christian Torres. Yeah, about right. You can get one of these plates for $35. You pay $35 in Nevada, and you get a plate with the blue stripe on it. And what that does is it makes it so that, coppers know that you're giving money to the policeman's fund. I don't really film the office people. I don't really film the people behind the glass. Now, I did in Ironton, Ohio, because they were so terrible. But for the most part, I don't really film the people who work in the buildings. The way I see my job is I'm supposed to take on the cops face to face. I'm supposed to take them on. What I'm supposed to do. I'm supposed to use my skills to take on the tip of the spear. They are the tip of the spear for the government to steal our money, and I'm the tip of the spear for the resistance. So I don't really film inside. I see my role as a little bit more head-on, face-to-face. Or daughter of a politician, whether it be a Republican or a Democrat, or you elect a billionaire or a billionaire's kid, you're gonna get the same ish for 4 years. And the policing was never worse. It was never worse than Trump in office, for sure. Gave them huge tax cuts, for sure. What about you? He tried to kill Julian Assange, tried to have him assassinated, tried to have Edward Snowden extradited to put in prison. I don't understand this blind allegiance to a billionaire who only worked for the rich. I don't get it. And then on the flip side of that, you have Joe Biden, who's a globalist that wants to take us into a one world order, who is all the way in with, for you guys who follow my channel, they're like, Trump, Trump, Trump. Dude, he literally told cops to beat on us. He literally tried to say, take the guns and then give them due process. I have to hold my nose to consider Robert Kennedy Jr. because he's running as a Democrat. I wish he'd run as an independent. But if you really break down the electoral college, right? If you break down the electoral college and you think about this, because I've thought about, how high I could go in government, especially after I win the governorship. But I'm gonna run on a third-party ticket. I'm not gonna run RFK is a gun grabber too. That's the worst part. I don't know if I'll be able to vote for him. Sleep. Your vote does mean something. Your vote absolutely means something. It absolutely means something. Your vote means a lot. That's why I always vote, even if I know that the vote I'm casting isn't gonna be for someone who's gonna take the office. If you're not disenfranchised, why aren't you? How come you're not? It's a fair question. I know who you are there. What's your name, man?
Sergeant Marty.
Mr. Marty?
Yep.
My pleasure.
And here's a card, too.
Thank you. I appreciate that. I don't agree with ranking systems, so I don't call you.
Okay.
I don't call you guys brothers. You know what I'm saying? I don't think it's anything as far as freedom. They always bring a copper. Yeah, and let me just be clear here. I have the same amount of heaping for Joe Biden. Joe Biden is the one who pioneered the new era of civil asset forfeiture and criminal asset forfeiture when he was the senator out of Delaware. And he also was the one who helped set up the for-profit prison industrial complex. But it was Reagan had already done a lot of the legwork. But then what Joe Biden did is he passed legislation that said that you had to serve all your time in prison, 100% of your time federally. If you got sentenced to 14 years, you would do 14 years in prison. He's the one that created mandatory minimum sentencing. So Joe Biden is a total piece of total piece of garbage. Yeah, and Biden is just the current loser in the White House. But we have had a string of loser after loser after loser in the White House. Who does ATF work for? The executive branch of government. Right now, there's a guy in prison, a famous YouTuber. He's in prison right now because Donald Trump did the bump stock ban. I'm just laying out the facts for you. I'm laying out the facts, like the absolute total facts. Attacking a building. And that's what Trump should have done. That's what he should have done. I'm sorry. If that's too much of a truth for you to take and you're like, I can't stand Chille because he tells the truth, he should have stopped it. He should have stopped that whole thing. I mean, don't get me wrong, the FBI had a big hand in it. The FBI has been an evil, evil, evil empire since their inception. So we've had a lot of problems with the FBI since the beginning. You know, I just imagine that you don't have to be a felon for the rest of your life. Could you just imagine that? Listen, right now, currently, I mean, I got to research RFK's guns policy a little bit more to see if he's going to try to strip us our guns. Because that's the thing. Here in America, we cannot let our guns get stripped. Apparently, magic mushrooms are a really good thing for people who are going through terminal cancer, terminal disease where they're going to die. When you find out you're terminal, a lot of times people just want to get their affairs in order, touch base with people who they've known and loved their entire life. While I've been on the YouTubes now for almost 2 years, a year and a half on June 19th. So I'm a year and 6 months, 7 months, 8 months, something like that. I don't have any shame for anything I've ever done because I haven't done anything too bad in pain yet where I actually go from door to door to door to door to door. Because the thing is so look, for the people who are on my team, Biden to Reagan to Bush to Obama, you and I are literal cannon fodder. If they're like, well, we can let the cannon off, but it's going to kill 1,000 Americans, all of them are like, go ahead, just let the cannon off. We are peons. One of us commoners who's been abused by cops, who has intelligence, we have to get to the governor's mansion. Because if we do, we can change the world. It only takes one state to set a new trend, and the other states, the people in the other states will say, I want that. And it starts with transparency. It starts with actually outfitting cops, peace officers, in the proper attire. Not G.I. Joe lose. Why I'm good at raising money. I will continue to raise money. And just so you guys know, the people who come here and donate to lots of people, I will continue to ask people for money for the rest of my life because I will not take money from huge. Bro, I haven't seen you in so long, Jeff Hates Pigs. I don't know where you've been, buddy. Support from Tucson. Listen, I thought about coming to Arizona and running as well. I've got real history here, and I'm pretty freaking conservative. So I'm not writing BS here. What was that guy's name? William Archibald Dunnan. I haven't said that name since TikTok. In 2021, I went on TikTok and I taught about a guy named William Archibald Dunnan. D-U-N-N-I-N. And William Archibald Dunnan, he was the man who wrote the history books with the Sisters of the Confederacy right after the war by the North. So it's if you research William Archibald Dunnan, you are going to see that guy was. You guys notice I always have my trifold. I always have it. I always have a trifold. Always. I always have this on me. Do you know that? I don't even know what he is. Well, that's good. That's good. But there's studies done on this that show that people have such an inherent need to be able to categorize you. Chuck Bronson! Chuck Bronson and his... Yeah, I'm not a Republican and I'm not a Democrat, that's for sure. I'm the people who have. The problem with guns is what's happened in the black community with guns. That's a fact. Look it up. Yeah, you know, just so you guys know, I will win and lose and win lawsuits. It's gonna happen. You're not gonna win them all, and when it's not gonna happen, it's gonna take you a longer. You automatically get these guys who are on your side and they're your best friend. This guy just pulled the other guy's car up. They gave each other a high five. You know, it's just like unbelievable, unbelievable. No, if you're new to my channel, you know, I don't have any degrees. I learned everything online. I started studying in 2002 after the police no-knock raided my home. At least 20 or 30 more after I did the videos this morning. So I sent off. I don't have my trifold. Go to my website, get my $9 trifold. I hate it. I hate it. I got a great buddy who I got into jiu-jitsu over the past 15 years, and he always wants to grapple me, and I just can't love one another. Chevy Chev, Chevy Chev, Chevy Chev, we don't stop. Chuck, we don't stop. I believe in you, brother. I believe in all of you guys. Thank you guys so much for coming. I don't have the same